everyone, and welcome to Nerd Collision. I'm Eddie, that's Ray, that's Britt, that's Brandon, and that's Carla. And today we're going to be doing our spoiler review of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now, once again, this is our spoiler review, so if you have not been able to watch the movie yet, please pause this video and come back over here and watch it with us. Now, with that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. So, in the very beginning of the movie, we see Defender Strange and America Chavez running from a monster, which actually ends up killing Defender Strange, which also turns out to be perceived as a dream that Doctor Strange is having. We then see Doctor Strange attend Christine's wedding, where he's asked by a former colleague about seeing all the possibilities in Avengers Infinity War, and then asked by Christine if he's truly happy. Afterwards, Doctor Strange hears screaming from the street, and we see that America is being chased by an invisible monster who's revealed to be Gargantos. Wong then joins the fight, and together they defeat the creature together. After being filled in by America Chavez with regards to the multiverse and her ability to travel through it, Doctor Strange seeks Wanda for help. When it's revealed that she knows America's name, even though Strange did not tell her, she admits to trying to capture America to take her power so she can find her children. She offers Strange an ultimatum to provide her with Chavez or she will take her by force. Doctor Strange then alerts Wong and the rest of the sorcerers at Carmertage that will be coming to abduct Chavez. Wanda then appears, attacks, and kills some of the sorcerers and apprentices guarding the temple. Wanda gets close to apprehending Chavez, but she and Strange escape via multiverse travel. Now, I thought this was a pretty fun way to start out the movie, but what did you guys think?
I loved it.
Wow.
I loved it. I believe in Wanda's supremacy. I done told you bitches since Infinity War that this girl did not come to play. And all of y'all were like, oh, my Jean Grey's coming out. Guess what? Guess who's the current fucking reigning? Wanda fucking Maximoff. And she lets you girls know that she's the baddest bitch in this movie.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend. And she is the moment. Now, come on now.
I don't understand why the girls are like, oh, she's done unforgivable things. I'll never forgive her. I said, yes, man, when she was killing everybody. I said, yes, man, kill him again. Kill him again. Bring him back to life and kill him again, bitch. Yes, man. I was living for it. I was like, this is what y'all get. This is what y'all get for undermining my queen. And she's just letting you girls know that she is that bitch. And I'm so proud of her. 10s across the board. You did it, girl.
To all those people who said, well, it's misleading. Wanda must not be a villain. She's probably the hero. Wrong. God. My God. When she was like America, I knew. I just knew. I was like, shit. He ain't even tell her name yet. And she was like, well, let's just not keep this shit up. Everything is just dark, just red around her. I was like, fuck. She's a villain, isn't she? And she was like, I just want my children. That's it. I don't want world domination. Why not, bitch? I don't want to rewrite reality. You could have. But I just want to go where my children are. I was like, girl, this should have been world domination too. But I gotta give it to her. I thought she was gonna be the hero and help him out, but I was fucking wrong. Shit. Then she started attacking and killing everybody left and right. And thank you to Sam Raimi, who is not afraid to show that people are gonna die. She done burnt up bitches. She said arrows. What? What is that? Like, damn. Like, shit. I was just like, well. And why did you even go to Christine's wedding? Never go to your ex's wedding. Don't nobody give a fuck. I don't care for Christine. I wish she wasn't in this damn movie. But it is what it is. Thoroughly, I enjoyed the beginning.
So yeah, there was a lot happening from the start of the movie. I think it's very smart of them to start with variant of Doctor Strange. We see them in like another universe. We see them get into the book of Vishanti, if I'm pronouncing that right, and that is actually something in the book, from the comics. So seeing them start out that way was really fun. Right off the bat, we're introduced to America Chavez, who is has the power to break to travel through dimensions through her special little portals. Now, I'm not too familiar with her in the comics, other than the Ultimates. That's a group of heroes. Like there's like so many different teams, but that particular team handles like interdimensional, intergalactic like threats, like galactic type of threats. It's Miss America Chavez, Spectrum, Monica Rambeau, Blue Marvel, Black Panther, and Captain Marvel all on team. So seeing her introduced this way was nice. We see this Defender Strange, who is, again, a variant. He tried to do the right thing, but then he's also tried to take her power, and it just shows like the different. I think it's very smart of them to establish this is not our Strange. It's another Strange. Whether or not you agree with his methods, I mean that's not that's the point of it to be, was he doing the right thing or was he not doing the right thing? But then we get to our Strange, the wedding and everything. It's nice seeing when he was talking to the doctor, and he was talking about losing his cats. Like is there nothing else we can do about that? Like, sorry, you can find using new cats. Like, what are you doing here right now? And it's also very. I don't think you must notice it, but Justine married the brother, so good for her. And we get about that to the action. I was happy to see Wong. It was actually good to see him doing more, like this time around. Like we didn't really see him do a whole lot in um, the first Doctor Strange movie, or even like in game. We saw him do a little, but we saw actually like see him like pulling out swords and all that kung fu. So I said, "Go ahead, Wong." And then I really like the pacing of it. Um, we get Chavez in our universe now, and she meets this Strange. That was all very nice. So to find out that Wanda is the villain, I mean, look at the material. Very nice to see. And my whole thing of it is that I don't. She was the villain of the movie, but I don't consider her a villain in the sense of her doing what she did out of malice. Like she didn't want, like she just wanted her children. I think, at least from my perspective, the dark code amplified her grief. You see, it corrupts people in different ways, as we saw in the movie. But for Wanda, she lost Vision. Like I said, I was hoping to see him maybe in this movie, but we didn't. But that's fine. But she lost Vision, lost her children, and so there's like she was driven by grief. So I don't see her in the villain as like a traditional sin, but she came with the mighty fury, and I was here for it. Like I said, well, she said, "Let me reintroduce myself. I am the Scarlet Witch. I am that bitch." So for the first part of that movie, I liked it. Like she she served it up. Like this is me doing what I'm doing. Sending these demons after this girl to take up hours. That's me being reasonable. Like when she said that, I said, "Well, shit. What if that's you being reasonable? What are we in for? What's going to happen next?" And we see her take on the entire, wizards and everything. And I wish that they would. One thing I do want to say that I wish they had done is distinguish the difference between sorcery and witchcraft. I would like to see them go like more into like a little more detail about that, but because like in the comics, it's really interchangeable. Like you're practicing magic at the end of the day. So there was like no big separation as far as the comics goes. So they could have went to a little more detail about that. But for the first part, I really enjoyed myself. Them fighting the big eye one eye monster, which was gross. They took out an eyeball and said, "Oh my god!" Like, oh my goodness. But I really liked that first part. Yeah, that really was everything I need to see.
I'm gonna have to say this. When it came to Wanda, this was so funny that happened at our theater. Did anyone notice like how they almost played the theme to WandaVision and when she came up? What was so funny, soon as she came in and then she just went into calling America out, everybody went from yeah to oh, the whole thing just went oh at the same time. I'm like, oh, and credit to Marvel for again letting you see like how they did with Black Panther, how excellently you see the villain side and the good side. Like you can understand both of like she said she's a mom. And what got me when she said that's a little magic. And let me give this to Kevin and to the director. Y'all are so petty. Why I say this, I didn't even notice until like I had to go watch it again. The cloak that was in his suit. And then the fact that y'all kept closing in on the pen. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Because the only one talking about, oh, we're not going to show this movie. Well, you're still going to see it. We're here. And just in time for Mother's Day, showing it from a mom's point of view. Excellent, excellent. I really, really love. And Wanda, girl, let this be a lesson to everyone. Don't mess with a mom and her babies. But yes, wonderful intro.
All right, sounds good, guys. Yeah, it was a lot of fun watching this, and it was a great way to start off, very fast paced, and I was all the way into it. So, with that being said, we'll go ahead and move on to Act Two of the movie. Now, we see Strange and Chavez traveling through different multiverses, eventually landing in what appears to be a utopian universe where red means go and green means stop. Also, in this world is a different Wanda with her own children, Billy and Tommy. Now, Wanda ends up taking Wong prisoner after the Darkhold is destroyed, where they travel to Wundagore Mountain, where it's revealed that a temple dedicated to the Scarlet Witch and Darkhold by the way of Chthon. Now, while walking through this world, Chavez and Strange learn a bit about each other's past, including how America lost her mothers via multiverse travel, and how Strange is still not over his relationship with Christine. Afterwards, we see Baron Mordo of this universe, who is the Sorcerer Supreme. He welcomes Strange and Chavez in for tea. After information is revealed about dream walking, which is the ability to access a body from another universe, the power of the Darkhold, and how it can be combated with the Book of the Vishanti, we see that Mordo actually drugged the tea given to Strange and Chavez, and they both fall unconscious. Afterwards, Strange and Chavez wake up in what is known as the headquarters of the Illuminati. They are both greeted by the Christine of this universe, who explains that she works for the Baxter Foundation and they are currently in Earth 838, as Doctor Strange is from Earth 616. Strange is then taken before the Illuminati Council, which includes Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four, Marie Rambeau as Captain Marvel, Peggy Carter as Captain Carter, Black Bolt of the Inhumans, Baron Mordo, and Professor Charles Xavier. They then reveal to him that the Strange of their universe was responsible for the incursion that almost occurred in their universe after becoming obsessed with the Darkhold. Now, this second act was a lot of fun, a lot of information, and it was great to see these really cool cameos from the Illuminati members. But what did you guys think?
I
Woo!
loved it
When
personally.
I said when they saw Mr. Fantastic, amazing.
It was everything. So going back to when they are going through, uh, Doctor Strange and Charlotte going through the doing the going through the multiverses. That was so visually stunning. Just seeing them. We saw a Jurassic world, and that's in the comics. There is like a place that's kind of like being like frozen in time where the prehistoric animals are still alive. Is it called the Wastelands? I can't remember what it's called, but that particular thing, we saw a little bit of animation people were speculating whether or not it would be the 90s, X-Men animation, which it wasn't, but it was still cartoons. In other words, there was paint. So it was just, and we learned a bit more about, America Chavez and her going through these multiverses. She has a bit of like a knowledge about that. The paint world, hard to get out of. So it was very nice to see all that. Also, the her moms, other foreign countries had a big issue about that one little scene. It was showing her with her two moms when they can get over it. It was nice to see that, and like I said, we don't know, if her parents are still alive or not. We also don't know if they themselves have some type of power. So that could be something that we can explore down the line. So that's nice to see. I've seen Steven's, history with Christine. This that was like an underlying theme throughout the whole movie was like his relationship with Christine, and seeing that play out in like how does that play out in other forever variants of Doctor Strange and like his relationship with Christine, and kind of it's like an underlying thing, them trying to work it out or find a way to each other or not find a way to each other. That's kind of like an undercurrent throughout the whole movie. Now, see the Illuminati. Now, I was wondering because, like, even though we kind of knew from the very first trailer, they confirmed it, which they didn't need to. I was wondering who was going to be on the Illuminati team because my thing was, I thought there's going to, I thought there's going to be Illuminati, but also like maybe like an alternate, Avengers, but it was just Illuminati, which was fine. Um, They actually pulled the if people try to forget, including myself, it was an Inhuman TV show. Didn't really work out the way they wanted it to, but they brought in the character from that show for this cameo, and they actually gave him his Black Bolt suit. He looked great. Um, also
Then
got
they, oh my God, Mr. Fantastic.
yeah,
They gave it to me. What we
yeah, and
wanted.
we were talking about this off camera. I really feel that they did not the fans did not give Marvel a choice. Only other person they could have had as Mr. Fantastic is the guy who played Fantastic in the original, the early 2000s Fantastic Four movies, like him. I think his name is Ian, but he's only a person who could have probably they could had there. But I truly believe like the fans wanted John so bad, and because of this like an alternate, universe, we still don't know if there is a Reed Richards in our universe. There hasn't been, we know the beginning of Fantastic Four. So the main question is, are they going to bring John back? Because I don't automatically assume that they're going to bring him back for the Fantastic Four that's going to be in like our universe, or not bring someone else in. So I don't want to automatically assume that. But we saw him, we saw the suit, it looked great. You also see Peggy come back as Captain Carter, which we haven't seen since the What If episode. And she looked right like they literally pulled her from the What If and just made it live action. She looked great. We had to see Professor X, and they played the music like when he came in rolling in on his little in his hover car. They played a little bit of like the instrumental for the '90s X-Men show, and I loved it. One little critique though is that I feel the chair was like too bulky. I feel like I feel it was too high up. It should have been lower, and it should have been like a little more narrow. But that's just like a little nitpick. And we see Marie come back as Captain Marvel, and we see Christine, we see Mortal, who is his own. And also that's another thing that kind of I was thinking about. They keep rubbing it in his face that everyone's the Social Supreme, but Doctor Strange. Wong's the Strange in his universe, Mortal's the Supreme, so Supreme in this universe. Like, damn, y'all just not cannot give Steven a break. And I also like that they use the numbers. This is Earth 616, which is very common in the comics. So that was like that was for the geeks. That's for us because we know Earth 616 is our universe and everything like that. So seeing the Illuminati was fun. I know we're going to talk a little more about them in for the wrap up, but it was very nice seeing them. Like even though I was like prepared for it, just seeing like Britt said, seeing John as Mr. Fantastic, I still like like they listen to the fans. But like I said, I feel like they did not give them the fans did not give him any type of choice. It was deafening how much people wanted him to be Mr. Fantastic. So like I said, I think he can pull it off. I think I have a little more, well, a couple critiques, but we get to that to the next part. But up to for this next act, like I said, we got to see. Okay, one last critique. I would like to see more of the multiverses. I feel like I wish we could have stopped and maybe a few more a little bit longer. But like I said, I get because I think the original one time for the movie is supposed to be almost 3 hours. And I feel like he would have stuck to that. We could have probably seen more of the multiverses. But we got what we got. Like I said, we got to at least see the very various ones passing through. So that was nice.
I just have to quickly step in and agree with Ray on a lot of things, especially bringing back certain people for cameos for the Illuminati. However, I'm going to say this again. I disagree with John Krasinski playing Mr. Fantastic. I'm sorry, I don't see it for the doll. I will never see it for the doll. And I'm going to be very excited to talk about our next segment because it's going to be a blast. At first, I did feel kind of bad, but then I remembered, ha, I didn't want you anyway, bitch. Bye. So anyway, that being said, everyone did a fantastic job, even John. But you know what? Maybe you could direct it, sis. I mean, you did great with The Quiet Place.
Wow.
Um, you did great with that. You could produce it. I'm not saying you can't touch it, but definitely not acting it. Absolutely fucking not. We don't need that from you. I've seen enough of you in the office, and that's where we're gonna keep it.
You can't deny that he didn't look great, though. He looked great. He fit Reed Richards perfectly. He looked great.
I never had that idea in my mind. Nope.
I was
Mr.
kind of a
Grufford,
little bit
I
disappointed.
believe his name is. He's still alive too, so he's still acting as well, and he looks great. Y'all could have called him. Y'all could have called him. Now that would have been a huge gag. That would have gotten the girls really clapping. And I don't mean at the strip club.
But he was still great. I was kind of disappointed that we didn't get to see like Iron Man or the other original members, but I was happy with it. Like Haley outwelled and buffed up and shit. I was like, okay, yay, that's good for you. I didn't want you here, but that's good for you. Um,
You hate
I
female superheroes. You just hate them. You hate them in power. You hate any girl who flexes. You're like, oh, get it away from me, Jesus. Every single time. Why, Britt?
that
Why?
is not true. That's
You
not
hate
true.
Batwoman.
I
You
adore
hate
him
Captain
as Captain
Carter.
Carter.
Who else? Yeah, you probably hate America too. Girl, the girl just got here. You
I
were probably
love
like,
America. I
mm-hmm.
loved
The
America.
country, not the girl. The country.
I loved the girl too. I loved Haley as Captain Carter. Love it. I love Captain Carter. I just wanted the original members. I didn't even want Shamar Moore braids, but he was there.
Show more.
But they did great. I was a little disappointed we didn't see Tom Cruise's Iron Man. Like,
That would have been nice. I was kind of hoping a little bit. That would have been nice to see.
but it was great. It was still great. I don't hate Peggy. Love Peggy. Don't hate Maria. She should have been Captain Marvel to begin with anyway. I mean, we got Brie, but it is what it is. So, like,
Oh,
I loved it. I just want to see the original members. That's all. That's
Oh,
all.
also, this one that I wanted to point out. This is about Wanda when she took Wanda hostage and went to the place and she found out the temple. Like I said, I think that Grimho did have a really strong effect on her as far as her grief. But when she found the temple where the dark holes originated from, and found it was like it's pretty much like a shrine to the Scarlet Witch. I think then I think she not fully deviated from what she would originally wanted, which was her children. But then I think she saw the temple and shrine like this is all for me, so I can just take this too and just be that bitch like even more than I already am. Um, it's not much wrong could have done probably against her, especially by himself. So oh, also the woman who sacrificed herself, to destroy the Darkhold. Yes, when you felt like her little props and credit because she was nice to see. You know, I don't know if she was a master or not, or just like an apprentice, but got to see her too. And yeah, like yeah, I just want to just point that out as far as Wanda and everything goes about that part for the second like act.
I believe she was an apprentice, by the way.
Okay.
All right, and Carla.
I would have, I would have to say I haven't heard such an eruption. Like the crowd went crazy when they saw Mr. Fantastic. I did too. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, what? And I agree with everyone when they did the what if. What, I was like, wait. Good thing I did watch it before I went in the theater because it made me even more. I'm like, yeah, but I'm sorry, Brit, with that Shamar Moore braids one, that just took me out. I'm like, oh my God. I was thinking more um 80s whoopee, but hey, to each his own. But
Wow.
I have to say, when I saw Xavier, I was like, "Hmm." But Brit,
We're
I
just
agree too.
attacking
That
legends
chair was
today.
big and bulky. It was big and bulky. But I really
Yeah.
did like that part. But again, too, when Wanda came in there and they thought they had all the hatches down, they thought they had everything locked off, and she came in there like, "Oh, you thought you killed me? You would have thought Wanda was kin to Jason." Oh, like, wait, what? But they underestimated her, and she came up in there like she wanted her baby. She remind me of, if you guys remember the Cosby Show when Sandra came in there for her twin. Where's my babies? I'm like, oh, it's on now. But I really did enjoy that. I really did seeing everybody. It's like a whole family reunion. Like, wow, that really got me.
All right, cool guys. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I love seeing all the cameos. And now that brings us to the third act and the finale of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now, Wanda obtains Wanda of this universe, Earth 838, via dreamwalking and attacks the headquarters of the Illuminati, eventually killing majority of the members. Doctor Strange, America Chavez, and Christine go to find the Book of Vishanti after it's revealed that Doctor Strange of this universe kept access to the gap dimension behind a locked door. They retrieve the book, but Wanda ends up catching up to them, destroying the book and taking Chavez in the process. Christine and Strange then travel to another universe where an incursion appears to be happening. They go to the Sanctum Sanctorum of this universe where they encounter Sinister Strange, who has been completely corrupted by the Darkhold. After Doctor Strange defeats Sinister Strange by Battle of the Musical Notes, he then realizes that he will need to access the Darkhold's power for any chance of saving Chavez from Wanda. After Christine reminds him that he's unable to dream walk as he's not in the same universe as Wanda, he then remembers that the body of Defender Strange is buried in his universe, and he's able to access it by dream walking. Once he can gain control of the body and the spirits of the dark dimension, he then attacks Wanda and her demon defenders. America is set free and is encouraged to use her powers by Strange to defeat Wanda. America tries to fight Wanda but realizes that she's unable to do so. She then focuses on traveling back to Earth 838, where she takes Wanda to see Billy and Tommy, who are scared at the sight of her and called her a witch. The Wanda of Earth 838 then confronts a tearful Wanda, who then realizes the mistakes that she made and concludes that she must let go of the idea of returning to her children. We see the escape of America Chavez and Wong, the destruction of the temple on Wundagore Mountain, and Doctor Strange leaving Earth 838's Christine and returning to Earth 616. At the end of the movie, we see the sorcerers and apprentices rebuilding Carmitage and America joining the apprentices in training. Strange says his farewells to Wong and America and returns home. When he leaves his home, we then see his third eye appearing on his head, signaling that there were after effects of using the Darkhold. Now we have two post-credit scenes, and in the first post-credit scene, we see Doctor Strange walking down the street where he is confronted by Clea from the Dark Dimension. She reveals to him that he caused an incursion and asks for his help to stop it. Now, the second post-credit scene includes Pizza Papa, who confronted America after she took one of his pizza balls without paying earlier in the movie while they were in Earth 838. He was bewitched by Doctor Strange with a spell that makes him hit himself uncontrollably, which Strange reveals should last for 3 weeks. We see that the spell is finally over and that also the movie is over. Now, this was very good finale, very interesting. I was really wondering how they were going to defeat Wanda, but seeing her confront her mistakes was the thing that made her stop. And these post-credit scenes were very interesting to see Clea, and then also Pizza Papa was pretty funny. But what did you guys think?
I'd like to go first. So going to the fight of Wanda versus Illuminati. First of all, they severely underestimated um, Wanda. Now there is a Wanda in their universe, but unless she's like a stay at home mom, like we don't really know if she is like an Avenger or not, or has anything to do with being a superhero. She had powers, but we don't know if she was ever like an Avenger in this universe. Now again, it was great seeing John as Miss Fantastic, but if he's going to come back as Mr. Fantastic, they're going to need to work on him a little bit. Now, for the smartest man in the world, for you to tell the powerful witch that other powerful inhuman can kill her by saying one word, she literally took away the only weapon he had. Like, I feel that you should have known better than that. But again, they underestimated Wanda. I wish the fight had lasted a little bit longer. She literally just took them all out. Her like Black Boy and Reed Richards were no problem. So that was like, oh damn, like they really went for it. Captain Marvel, I don't know if she's dead. Like, she dropped the statue of her, but I don't think that's enough to kill her. Peggy, no, she put up a good fight, but she got it in too. But yeah, that kind of got me like, for this Illuminati team to be so powerful, to not do a better job of I was expecting them to win, but they could have did a little bit better with that. That's just a little critique. Um, I was surprised, the whole chase scene where she's like, chasing after them on the tunnels really felt like a horror like movie, and it was fun to see. It's really fun to see. We see the Vishanti get destroyed. Now I was expecting some like a bigger reaction because it's such a powerful book. And in the comics, they actually use the book Vishanti to determine a sorcerer. That's like this whole process of determining the sorcerer supreme in the comics. Like in the movie, they kind of just like it's more so like singular. Like the longer you've been here, the longer But in the book comics, because there are several characters who have been up for consideration to be sorcerer supreme in the comics. So I was kind of expecting something more with that, but again, it's not really the focus of the movie, so I was fine. For them, like I said, we see Wanda, getting ready to get what she wants, and they seeing Strange come back as a zombie. That was fun, but also kind of I didn't want to stare too long at it because like it's so now kind of like listen. I didn't want to look at it too much, but it was fun to see. Oh, before I get to that part, the battle between him and the other Doctor Strange. If Mozart and Beethoven were sorcerers, that was the fight would look like. If they were sorcerers, that's exactly what it would look like. it was so cute and fun seeing that, and we see how the dark code affects this version of Doctor Strange. Um, one little critique I have is like the eye. It looked a little like wonky to me. Like I feel like we come a long way with special effects, but nothing. Practical effects are still a thing too. I feel they just should have used like a little prosthetic and kind of like touched up with CGI to kind of like make it look better. But that was all. That whole battle was nice. And then we get to the final battle, and my heart breaks for one. I said I never saw one as like a traditional like villain. For her, this is what like they took her. They took her two back to Earth 8 to create, and the kids now they after her. Like my heart broke for her because the only thing she wanted was just to have her children, and for them to react the way that they did, and she finally realizes, okay, how I did this, how I went about this is not the right way. And so, and, you see the Wanda, the other Wanda look at her, and I think she understood, if the world could reverse, would she not do the same thing? So I think she understood that, and she told Wanda they will be loved. That's not even up for debate. And then she destroys the place. I know she's dead. She's still unstoppable. I don't think bringing down the rocks will be enough to kill her. So we'll see about that. Now I don't know about Miss America using magic because I don't remember her using magic in the comics. So I mean, I can see her like she's had common sense to learning how to do portals. Um, so we see how that goes. I don't know if they're gonna make her like just have her control her powers or make her learn magic. That'll be interesting to see. So yeah, now I was very surprised by the post credit scene, seeing Charlize Theron as Clea. Oh, honey, they snatched my entire wig with that. They gagged me good. I said, oh, well, how about that? Welcome to the MCU, Miss Cleo. But overall, I really liked the movie. I really liked the visuals. Um, a good story. I feel the story was very solid. I would have liked it to have been longer. I feel like you say if they had stuck to the original time they would want to go with, we could have gotten more story. Like I said, more multiverses, more stories between the characters. I wish the fights with the Illuminati could have been a little bit longer. It could have been a little fleshed out a little bit better, but overall, not disappointed with it. So going forward now, like you said, we got introduced to, even though they didn't use the word mutant, we know Professor X is a mutant. We know Black Bolt was an inhuman. We know Reed Richards is the smartest man, Mr. Fantastic. So going forward, I still want to see how they introduce these characters in our universe. We already know we're getting the Fantastic Four movie. I haven't heard anything yet about X Men, so it's going to be interesting to see how they go about it. If they bring John back, like I say, I'm not saying for sure that they are or not, but if they are going to bring him back, they're going to work with him. I still think he can pull it off, but they're going to have to work on, him really pulling off and doing Reed Richards justice. It wasn't bad. It could have been better for his little cameo in this movie. Um, yeah, as I said, overall, I feel this was a solid 8.5, 9 out of 10 for me. I said it could have been a little bit longer. My only critique is it could have been a little bit longer and kind of like a little fleshed out more. But I very much enjoyed this movie. And also, I want to point out too, in the comics, Clea is, as comic fans know, will be Doctor Strange's wife, and she's also, because she does come from Doctor Dimension, she is Dormammu's niece. I don't know if they're going to address that in the movie verse or not. Just want to let people know.
So how does that work with talking heads?
Yeah. Like in the comments and like in like I see like a few animation shows that they shown, he does have like a human like form. Like he can because he is a powerful dark being. He can like make a human form, but I don't know the family tree and all that, so I'm not too familiar with it. So but he can make a human form. So
Hmm.
that makes him bad.
Interesting. Well, I agree with Ray for the most part in terms of a lot of things. However, smartest man, Reed Richards, not in this film, honey. Because if he was fucking smart, he wouldn't tell the Scarlet Witch what their greatest weapon on the team could fucking do because he's a goddamn idiot. And that's why his ass got turned into cheese strings and popped like a balloon. You deserved what you got, Miss Thing. You, Captain Carter. Girl, why would you throw it at her? You know what the fuck she could do, bitch. She literally turned your friend into cheese, bitch, and she made your friend blow up his own fucking brain with his mouth. You are so stupid. Why would you even. Girl. And then you, Captain Carter, girl, you should have hit it. You should have hit it. You a black woman. You should have hit it, bitch. You don't go towards the danger. You run away. I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. I was like, y'all just, and then I said, Charles, girl, if you don't take your scooter and hit it, honey, ask for Wolverine. I was just so disappointed.
Like a better fight against. So I was kind of hoping it was like a second type of battle, but yeah.
She and this is the thing. Bosses get shit done. Wanda is a boss. She made quick work of every single last one of them. Why they would even think to approach that bitch, I would have said, listen, my Uber is here. Y'all got it. And hit it. Y'all are so fucking dumb. And now y'all in the grave.
He killed Charles, though, right? Like, he was
snapped his neck in his mind.
Like Freddy Krueger, like John, your dream, John in real life. Like she literally snapped his neck in his mind, and that was it. You see his
She
neck.
said, "You ain't getting in my head, bitch." Snap. That was it. I was like, "Damn, everybody did." Double homicide.
Exactly. But also, you know, to go back to the Illuminati, they're fucking dumb. They're also assholes because even though their Strange did what he did, he still tried to make amends for it.
And
so
they
for
killed
them
him
to
anyway.
kill him despite that just shows how fucking selfish they are and how you know what? Y'all got what y'all deserved because y'all really are stupid. So you got everything that you deserve. John, you don't need to come back. Please don't. You can stay
Please
on the
do.
sidelines. You can even make an opinion, Britt, not now. And then I can tell you for a fact there are plenty of other fine gentlemen who can kill that role just as good, if not better. If you give me a good week or two, I could comprise a list, probably 50 or more handsome actors who could kill that role and look nice with a beard and not look like Santa Claus' drug brother.
John,
I
you're
am
great.
sick and tired of girls trying to give this man credit like he is Jesus the Christ.
You're
He
amazing.
is not. He is just the man from The Office who always pissed off Steve Carell. I want to make that abundantly clear. He is just John Krasinski, the dad who was stupid enough to get his ass killed in a quiet place for his stupid ass children. Girl, you got what you deserve. Emily, count your days, sis, because let me tell you something. Your man, I'm sorry, your man in this movie, would you want to be Sue Storm? I wouldn't.
He ate though.
No, he ate what? Ate us some craft sandwiches? On set, maybe. But I'll tell you one thing for sure. Wanda is that bitch. I warned y'all she's not dead. Y'all saw that little burst of red, whatever, as the thing was coming down. No, my girl ain't going nowhere. My girl is gonna come back and gag y'all girls probably in the next whatever. She might be even in the Agatha show. She might be in the last episode. She's gonna gag you, girl, and then maybe Agatha could be like, girl, let me teach you how we do this shit. That's what I think that she's gonna do.
I'll be here for that.
And there is a comic book story arc. I don't think we covered it. That Hawkeye actually goes to that place where I don't want to mispronounce it for the life of me. That Wundagore Mountain or whatever. That he goes there and Wanda is powerless and she forgets who the fuck she is. That is an arc in the comics. So they may do that. That would be sickening if they do that. And that would, make her completely oblivious to all the bullshit that she did. So she's not like on, Death Watcher trying to kill herself again. Lord forbid. But I I am so happy how they execute. Now the Strange shit versus Strange with the music notes, that was kind of stupid, Sam. I was bored, honey. I was bored. I looked at my watch and I said, okay. I was so tired. I was so tired by that. That was so dumb. And that nasty goatee, I was just like, who came up with that? Who came up with that? Y'all could have made him look. Y'all could have gave him some Gaga cheekbones. Y'all could have made him look sickening, bitch. Y'all could have made him look really sinister with his third eye. But y'all just made him look like a drunk Strange. I was over that. But I'm glad he got his comeuppance as well because he was a damn loony. And Christine, let me tell you something. That scene where he said, "I will always love you in every universe," it broke my heart. I said, Academy Award. I felt that. I felt that Benedict made me feel like
I said,
it was real.
Move on from her.
Steven always has to hold the knife, and he realized that it's okay to pass the knife to someone else. Okay, and that's why he trusted Miss Chavez to do what the fuck she did, and May wanted to realize, oh shit. Oh my God. What did I do?
Kill everybody.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm not getting on the lunchbox. I'm girl, they're not gonna sell my shirt at Hot Topic no more. I'm not gonna sell no Funko Pop. Girl, where's my source of income? I need a source of income. She realized that, she needed the money to keep coming in. So she was like, okay, I'm not pretend. Oh yeah, I'm a good guy. Guys, leave. I gotta take it down. Yeah. And she did that.
Caucasian vision was gonna save her at the very end, but
And there's enough that we could go into with that alone because there's rumors that he's apparently going to appear in Armor Wars. I'm sorry, with Don Cheadle. Which that would be very interesting. Because what do they have in common except that he made him paralyzed? I mean, what is he gonna just sit down there all white, looking like Ivy Park, being like, sorry for making you paralyzed, mate. Bloody hell! Like, what is he gonna do? I don't know. Maybe he's gonna be the one to bring him back to the Avengers, or it could be that kind of segue. But I'm looking forward to that. It's just like there's too many open. People are saying, "Oh, she's dead. She sacrificed herself." No, because if Elizabeth Olsen was done playing Scarlet Witch, y'all, it would be concrete. You know what I'm saying? We didn't see a body. We didn't see a hand, blood, nothing like that. And there's too many unresolved storylines, and there's so much more that we can dive into as her as a character alone. This is just the fucking beginning.
Right.
Mama, her reign has not ended. That she's gonna reunite with her boo thing, her android boo, and she's gonna get her kids. I'm telling you, Wickedness B will be here before the end of the decade. They're coming. They're coming, and you girls are gonna gag when you see them, and I can't wait to see. And please do not hire Shawn Mendes to play Billy. Please, I'm begging y'all. Please, or Speed, please, I'm begging y'all to keep that man away from the MCU. I saw y'all trying to do that shit with the Met Gala, talking about, oh, he looked like Doctor Strange because you knew the movie was coming out this week. Don't do that. Kevin, I'm begging you, please. Do not let these girls bully you, Kevin, like they did with John. Don't let them. You hold the power. That ball cap is yours, sister. Don't let them bully you. You got this. Don't let them bully you. Keep Shawn Mendes away from the MCU.
They didn't keep Styles away, so what makes you think they're going to keep him away?
Lord of mercy. You know what? And that's another thing that we need to talk about, because whoever saw, what was the movie he was in? Dunkirk or whatever?
Yeah. I think that's the name of it.
Okay, whatever. That alone, let me tell you something. An actor y'all are trying to make Harry Styles into, in addition to this Mike Myers, Austin Powers bisexual legend, I'm not here for it. And he can go somewhere with his watermelon sugar. I'm not in the mood for that. Someone else could have played Thanos' brother twice removed. I'm just sick and tired of these roles being handed out to these music queens who don't even know their left foot from their right. Please cast professional thespians and not people who just made a record for the Billboard Hot 100. Thank you so much. And I end my rant.
I mean, ending was good. I felt like it was more of an ending to WandaVision, if anything, or a continuation of it. But these two post-credit scenes. So I get that Charlize was tired of driving cars or flying them or whatever, going to space, whatever they were doing with, that other franchise. So I know she's tired of that. Now she wants to be over here. That's great. I don't understand why Bruce Campbell was the second post-credit scene, but I guess it was.
I bet it's just something fun, just something silly just to throw in there. Like just for it to be there. It's serving no real purpose other than just a little laugh for the audience on their way out.
I ain't laughed that much. I was like, that's it. That's all we get.
Actually, I didn't say my mom. I went with my mom. She already had saw it, so I just asked her like, "What's?" My brother told me because they went together to see it, and she saw it with me, and he told me not to stay for it. It really was nothing like contributing to like the movie or to the story. I mean, like I said, Booster and Sam are good friends, so.
That's the end of the movie. Okay. Thanks, Bruce Campbell of Evil Dead. That was amazing. Yay.
What you got against him? What did he do to
I
you?
love Bruce Campbell. Why did we end it like that, though? I was expecting to see, like, Vision or, expecting to see, like, another show. Or, hell, I was expecting Loki. Where the fuck was he at? Everybody was like, oh, he's going to be in the show. He's going to be in the movie. He's going to be in the movie. And he wasn't even there.
They may have filmed that and just scrapped it and be like, you know what, it's not going to work with what we're doing down the line. There could have very well been a Tom Cruise cameo as Superior Iron Man, and they said, you know what, we'll just save this for something else. This is not the end of the exploration of the multiverse. There's going to be plenty more down the line.
Especially
so
they may still
exactly
see Tom as Superior Iron Man. That would be interesting. But yeah, it's just getting started.
I mean, I was just like, oh, Bruce Campbell, somebody's gonna walk up.
It's a Sam Raimi movie, Britt. That's his good Judy.
I know it is.
His Mr. Sister. You gotta understand, they got a close relationship, okay? So of course he's gonna call him and say, hey girl, listen, I could get you a cute Disney check. Do you want it or not? And he said, I'm on my way, bitch. So it's fine. It's fine. He had his cute little cameo. His white fans laughed, and that was it.
And people were saying, now I still think Deadpool should take over for Stan Lee as far as appears the cameos like each little movie. But people saying that Bruce should. But even though I don't think it's going to happen because, like I said, he was in this because him and Sam are good friends. So I don't think I see him being like the new Stan Lee. That should be Deadpool.
Oh, so are we thinking Bruce Campbell's going to be a new Stan Lee just appearing everywhere?
No, I saw someone
Oh my God.
But like I said,
don't put that out there though.
Right, he said this because of Sam Raimi. That was the only reason. So
I don't see Ryan Reynolds leaving the house to put on a suit just to do a cameo unless he's promoting Mint Mobile. Great service, by the way. Love it.
I was waiting on Deadpool cameo too. I was just waiting for what I was expecting versus what we got, which was still great. Wanda just killed everybody and didn't give a shit. Understandable, sis. But
they probably not ready to release where they have planned for Deadpool. They're probably not ready to release him yet. It would have been nice to see for him to see like a cameo in here, but they're probably not ready for him yet. Also, now that I'm just thinking about it, the post-credit scene with him and Clea. I wonder if we're gonna see Don. I can never say his name. That character again from the first Doctor Strange movie.
Dormammu.
Yes. See him again because they were going into the dark dimension when she cut up the little portal right there. And also, I want to know more about that. Like, is that like a spell? Was that something she can do too. Open portals like that. But I would like to see Dormammu again. Kind of like we only saw him at the end of the first Doctor Strange. He's a powerful, like he's to Doctor Strange what Dark is to Batman. He's like his main villain. So I would like for them to bring him back.
What is she gonna do? Go to Dormammu and say we're family?
Well,
Yes.
I don't know if they don't like the terms like that. I just think that's his niece in the comics. They can have a whole nother relationship in the movies. But as far as the character goes, I don't think we got to see enough of him in the first Doctor Strange movie. So I wouldn't mind they brought him back and we can see more of what he can do in the MCU.
All right,
Nah.
cool. Carla?
Baby said it all. I did. I don't even have after that rant. I'm like, okay, that's it.
All right, sounds good. Well, that brings us to the end. Any other final thoughts or any theories for the future of the MCU?
Yeah. Actually, one more final thought. Originally, years ago, and this is even documented, they had the MCU listed as 1999999 for their Earth, which was very confusing. And now y'all want to do this 616 shit, which is the comic books. I don't get that. I don't know what drove y'all to go to that point, but I guess. I mean, it just didn't make any sense. I thought it was fine how it was before. It could be its own separate entity, aside from the comic books. But now that y'all just labeled it flat out that, I, that would mean that you would have to follow everything. And as we know, in that, Steve, I believe, was shot in Civil War and stuff like that. Y'all didn't follow that in the movies. So I'm just kind of confused with that direction. But I'm hopeful for the MCU moving forward. As always, it's one of my favorite superhero franchises ever. And also, question to Doctor Strange: you just gonna follow anybody into anywhere? If your friends tell you to jump off a bridge, are you gonna say how high? Like, come on. Why you just going with Charlize Theron? No, don't get me wrong, she's that bitch. But why would you follow her into the dark dimension
Because you
and
want to
and
drive
just
cars, Brandon.
no, let me tell you something. He's desperate. He's desperate for love. He fixed his little watch and he said, you know what? It's time for me to eat, pray, and love. That's what he did. So he saw the first woman that even gave him an ounce of attention. He said, chop, chop, work away, darling. And he jumped right in and followed her. How about casually dating, Steven? My God. That's why they got divorced. Boom.
Brandon, Brandon, why can't he go and just drive fast cars with her? Go into space still?
No,
Like, it's
no,
family.
no. No, it's not. It's not the family. It's not that.
It's family.
Going forward, one thing I do want to address that we didn't talk about is that we don't know what happened to, or we don't know where or what happened to our Mordor. We saw the Mordor in the other universe, but we still know what happened to our Mordor. Is he gonna come back? They saving him for something else. Also, I would like for them to get more into sorcery. There are other characters that they can introduce in the MCU that do practice magic. One of it, which is Brother Voodoo. He is a sorcerer, a black sorcerer. They could definitely introduce him next going forward, wherever they have planned next for Doctor Strange. I'd like to see more of him and find out what happened to Mordo, what he's planning. Cause like where has he been at since all of this happened? Like what's he been doing? So I'd like to know more about that. Going forward, Wanda needs her own movie, a solo movie. I would love for that. Um, have her appear in Agatha's show. They can team up because in the comics they do have like a student teacher kind of relationship. Kind of like they friend almost. Um, but yeah, and again with the we're in phase 4. We have the multiverse called cosmic thing. Like I said, I don't know what's happening. Like I'm there's more I want to see of the cosmic side. I mean, they already could be planning it, especially with Ant-Man Quantumania coming out, I think, next year. We're going to get Kang, and with that's going to be a whole lot of stuff too. I would like to see Doctor Strange maybe interact with Kang. I think everybody's going to come together for Kang because he is like the Thanos level threat. So when he comes around, um, maybe by then Strange will be the Sorcerer Supreme. um, but yeah, I would like to see want to have a solo movie, just like more of the mystical side along with the comic side as we going to move forward in Phase 4. And like I said, with with John, if he comes back, they're gonna need to work on him to get him
No,
right for the part. If not, then they're gonna need to
He
find
will.
someone who will do the character justice. Period.
John will come back. He'll come back.
And that's
I'm telling jokes today. Okay.
He'll come back. I'm telling you, he'll come back. He'll be Reed.
All right. Your name is Britt Mason, not Britt Feige. You don't have the baseball cap, honey. You don't make the decisions.
I can wear a baseball cap.
Good luck with that. But at the end of the day, Kevin is going to do what he wants and what's best for the MCU. Listen, I could be a
Which is that?
consultant, Kevin. Listen, give me a check, honey. We can spread the wealth. Listen, we need our channel to grow. I can distribute that. Listen, hire us. Hire us. I can give you great ideas to make the girls gag and give you all their coins,
But
even their
Al was
children.
gagged
Like,
when
let's be
John
real.
came.
Yeah, because they were like, oh my God, finally, someone who Wanda can kill that we don't like. That's why. I mean, listen, in my theater, when the Illuminati got slaughtered like cows for McDonald's burgers, okay, everyone gagged. Everyone was like, yes, man, they were living for her. When Captain Carter got turned into a 50-50, okay, honey,
Damn, that was
everyone,
good.
everyone clapped. Everyone clapped and cheered. I heard, woo! I heard that.
Damn.
They lived for everything.
Now, don't tell me you weren't mad when she killed the animated Charles Xavier or whoever he
I
was.
was I was happy. I was happy.
What?
Why? I'll tell you why. Because Charles has done this how many times now? You should learn by now that any girl who twiddles her fingers in your face is danger, and you decided to go, oh, I can take her with your psychic bullshit. And look what happened. Now you in the dirt. Congratulations. I the last stand warned y'all. Look what she did. Look what Jean did to him. Every single girl that he be trying to help who got their little psychic bullshit. Look where it's gotten him. Logan. Look where he got psychic aneurysm, killed the damn X-Men team, and then he had to be put down like a sick dog. This is what you get, Charles. This is what you get. You had that coming. I don't feel bad for you.
With that psychic ability, he didn't see that coming. Like, she's gonna take me out of here, let me shut my mouth. Or he's gonna be on Boric's friends. Okay, we'll go with that.
Oh my. Alrighty, guys. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what's next in the MCU on the cosmic and magical side. I think we're going to see a lot more in Agatha and the House of Harkness. I also think this could also open up the door for Merlin and Morgan Le Fay to come through. And maybe we can also see the Captain Britain uh, clan come through as well.
that would be awesome.
So,
Come
yeah,
through,
a lot of
Henry.
fun things. And I definitely want to see more multiverse hopping, and I think we are going to get that. And I think we're going to eventually end up in the Secret Wars storyline.
Oh,
So, yeah.
cannot wait.
Alrighty, well, with that being said, we'll go ahead and wrap up this episode of our review of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell button for notifications so that you know whenever we have new videos here on the channel. Also, please remember to share on your social media websites. And speaking of social media, please remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. But once again, I'm Eddie. That's Ray. That's Britt. That's Brandon. And that's Carla. And we are Nerd Collision. And we'll see you guys here next time. Bye, everyone.